going to be Dells versus Pox. And we got Dells here in the host position, so he's going to shut up. And we'll do the picks and bans.
Just commentate your own match. Come on. Give us the picks and bans first, though.
Do you want the picks and bans? Sure.
Yeah,
So
if
first
you could
ban
Yes.
please.
from Dels is Aquarium, and Pox bans Tayen.
Okay, Dells hates fun. Pox hates Tan. Fine, fine.
Dells hates Aquarium in particular. I'll say that for him.
Yeah, like fun. Aquarium's fun.
So the double picks are Veranda and Gallery.
Ugh, terrible pick by Dells. Good pick by Pox.
Not a fan of Veranda?
Oh no, I'm just not a fan of Dells while he's talking because it's funny.
Okay. And so then we have single picks are going to be Terrace, Library, Ballroom, and Balcony.
Okay, so Dells, if it hasn't been stated before, Dells really likes picking maps he thinks his opponents are not comfortable on. Statistically, for Pox, that's going to be things like Veranda. By feel, it's going to be Terrace. I think he's been banning it previously against a lot of these lower division players who've just been picking Terrace a lot. From Pogs, we see a lot of reasonable picks, and then he picks Balcony, and that'll be Balcony as the last set if it gets there.
That is what you stake the end of your competitive season on. Balcony final pick. That is some courage right there.
Yeah, I mean, it's admirable. It's brave. These are nice ways of saying I hate it and it's stupid. Because you're gonna it's gonna come down to can you hit a green test? It's Balcony. We might not even get there though. Dells might just get trounced, or I guess the other option. But we'll start here on Veranda, and it'll be Taft and Dells, and I'll count us down if you guys are ready. Dells, you ready to watch yourself win or lose a game?
I'm ready.
Remilia?
I'm ready.
Well, let's do it. Dells v Pox, and this is for silver also. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Yes, as Noob says there, this is essentially just a match for silver. The second place would get copper. Dells pretty much has copper already, and Pox is already above copper. So it's all about the silver. It's win or nothing here.
Yeah, just to explain it real briefly, because the players who are below, or iron or below, if they beat someone who's higher than them, they get to be one division higher. And all the players that we've been watching have gone 2-1. They've all done that feat. They're really just playing for the actual seeding spot. In this case, this is a top 4 spot. This is silver as a 2-1, or it would need to be a 3-1 finisher if you win this set. Dells, big 51% flirt bug, not taken. We had the option
No
to do the
bug.
reverse drive bay. Yeah. I think there's no cover here. It's not necessarily the best bug here. You do see some very powerful behind the back bugs. Classic, hit the big 51 and then can't clutch it out 85%. We've seen it so often. We're not taking this bug either. We're just going directly to the bookcase, and I think we're racing Cowboy putting it in so we can get an attempt at the fingerprint. And we hit the green. Dells is on point here, at least with his green test so far. He's 2 for 3.
There we go. Yes, that's another one of these recent changes in the latest rebuild of SpyParty. We would not have had to worry about that fingerprint going away earlier, but now we do.
Yeah, Dells in a cute little redirect here. We're going to see a lot more AI-like behavior here from Dells, and potentially Pox than we saw in the last set. It might not cop a low light, but it might keep him from being shot on the spot, and just not being shot's beneficial. If it wasn't abundantly clear why, I'm not going to explain it to you.
Yes, indeed. Pox, known as a very standard player, Dells, not quite so much, plays in a more behavioral way, unlike a lot of the other new players down in Oak and Challenger.
Yeah, we got Tabsies who isn't necessarily behavioral, but he really likes his spy stuff. We got Dells. We got some of the more interesting new players. Um, we're getting Pox, who I think is probably like the word I always use to just define Pox is like he's solid. He's a bit of a litmus test. If you can beat Pox, you're very good at Spy Party. If you can't beat Pox, you might still be good at Spy Party. Because Pox is very good at Spy Party.
Banana
And
bread.
is capable of beating good players.
I believe
We
so.
have seen so much of
That's why
this.
he's here.
The first two missions being done, being Banana Bread and Flirt. There's a fingerprintable statue here in the near future once Ambassador puts this down. We could indeed even do a swap and just finish at that statue
I have
if
to
we
imagine we're at least going to that statue with our partial progress on inspect and fingerprints.
or we request a drink for some reason.
Are we taking
Okay,
a list?
we're doing a really
We're
cheeky
greening.
purloin into fingerprintable statue and inspect. Papa Danger takes it. It's surely seen. Are we dead? 8 seconds on the clock. Oh, assumed white
Oh,
test.
Papa's dead.
Yeah, he wasn't highlight or anything. He either didn't see the fade correctly or just doesn't have enough suspicion on Dells. Maybe missed the reject entirely because it was very cheeky. That's 1-0 Dells and a really good spy win. Uh, I think that beats most players, honestly.
Yeah, honestly, I wasn't even sure that that reject had happened. I had to look at the log and confirm it. Very nice timing there.
And this is basically puts us even. So Dells needs to win 8 more, and Pox needs to win 8 more. If they can just continue winning, they actually, if I guess if I don't know how it works, math is hard. Let's play some Spy Party. We got this is Twin, and three,
Pox,
two,
playing
one,
twin.
playing it.
Yeah, veranda pick working out for Dells as well, even though it's a 5 of 8. A strong spy win to start us off here. Dells was telling us he did some research and picked Veranda specifically because Hawks' stats on it have not been too high this season. We haven't seen a whole lot of Veranda play. It's actually the least popular venue in the regular season of SCL 5.
Yeah, and the reason why Veranda is not particularly popular is Library is very popular, and if you're wanting to play a 5 of 8, most people lean on Library as their big go-to. Modern also more popular, and they do similar roles. Veranda's kind of third fiddle, compared to a lot of maps where something like Balcony, for example, while it's not necessarily that popular, it's Balcony. It's the only 2 of 3. People who like it very much like it a lot, and there's no other competition.
Pox
We are
likes it.
timer floating, by the way. Welcome to Spy Party. We're blending in. We look like a guest at a cocktail party.
Yeah, just
Ambassador,
sitting here talking
come
to
here,
people.
Ambassador. So AI really do like taking this path behind this conversation. If Ambassador leaves, he may well pass behind us, which makes this timer flirt a bit more legitimate. While we are cooking time, if Ambassador does move, it legitimizes our decision. We give up on that endeavor, coming here for the banana bread. Hawks is playing respectful. He's not taking the immediate banana bread, which is probably good. Respecting Dells is quite good. He also could be setting up the banana bread plus purloin.
Banana bread.
Huh. Banana bread
That's
into reject.
That's a big win for Dells right now. I'm going to tell you what was going through Dell's head here, at least my best guess. Dells hated boots. She was returning that briefcase, and after you return the briefcase, you can path anywhere on the map. She pathed directly into the conversation next to the ambassador, one step away, then went to statues. Dells has to be happy that banana bread knocked Boots out as a suspect there.
Okay, we're moving into the classic microfilm position. It's cheese. We're pulling out as quickly as we can. We're putting in slower. Being a bit nicer on the slow return. Good, at least 2 cycles here. Ambassador runs away, and we eat a highlight. I don't like that highlight.
Merry
Not a healthy
Christmas.
highlight.
It's a highlight, but it's not death.
Okay. Picking up briefcases that are not actual pure briefcase or pure fingerprints can be scary. But we do get the difficult. I feel like we're being watched though, just looking at the sniper side. We're keeping a few things on camera, but we're front and center.
How cheeky would it have been to go for the purloin there? Didn't do
Very
it though.
cheeky. I've lost to it. I've lost to it in SCL. SCL finals actually. Um, there's a fingerprint somewhere potentially. I don't know where it would be. Maybe Pox does. What is it here? We've literally went and stood between the two statues. Like we particularly don't care which statue we end up picking up. So the answer is no, it's not here. We're picking and putting things down very quickly as here the last few minutes.
Just a pair
Bug.
of inspects. This is bug path. And seen and shot.
I think we may have been top suspect there already before the bug path. Just the amount
Yeah.
of noise that we made because we weren't finishing both fingerprint and inspects, but we're credited for both.
The highlight timing, I think, says that Dells was probably at least a little onto the microfilm, just not 100% sure.
Okay, perfect. Let's see what Dells feels like doing on his spy side because
2-0 lead.
he's 2-0 up, and this is where you don't want to get too overconfident and just do silly things. You want to just cement the lead with good solid play in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Dells is Taft again here. Dells is known for just full randoming his cast, unlike many other players who make Taft or Cowboy the ambassador every single time.
Yeah, I know for me it's a big tell if I'm randoming or not because I sometimes forget to do the ambassador. Uh, Sometimes you just look at a party and you go, "Yeah, this is not randomed." It's usually when there's a bunch of tall people and small men. Um, White test microfilm right on camera. There's a lot of things to be watching for though, and it looks like we got away with it.
Actually, not quite on camera. Camera was kind of rotated over to the right,
Hmm. It
looking
looks
at the
like it.
statues.
Dills might think it is. The camera did rotate over a bit to the left there, from what I saw on the spy side, but we ain't dead.
Not
That's a big sign.
noticed.
White microfilm is really hard to not get shot for. It's usually you're dead or you got away with it scot-free. There isn't as much middle ground as other things.
Here's a double agent, again being somewhat respectful, not just taking the immediate contact and running, but we get a little bit punished as the DA leaves. The ambassador walks past without a bug. And what's the game plan now, other than taking the flirt?
He actually did get the flirt started, by the way. I think she still was leaving on her basic animation, but he did get it canceled. Uh, Mind control, like
It's fine. It's
Dell's
fine.
Dell's with the nod. I'm getting tired of this paid DLC for mind control seduction targets. It's just pay to win. Um, Banana bread here. It's hard to tell from Dell's side how good it is. I think one of the benefits for Dell's is how rotated over Pox was. He didn't have the right side of the party on camera. That being said, he did take a lot of good appropriate lowlights. The bug does not stick here. We try again. Now it sticks. And we have cover from Disney. We have boots covering the
Well,
arm because it's through
looks
someone.
surprisingly good.
Uh, what's surprising about it? It's through someone. It's one of the best ways to bug. Now the seduction targets. Should have paid for the extended DLC. Seduction target just not happy with us anymore.
Well, it's surprising because you don't see Taft as spy very often because he's usually permanent ambassador. And he has this little shoulder lean that he does as one of his idle animations, and that bug looked an awful lot like the innocent shoulder lean.
It goes both ways, right? Because you can also just get credited for a bug when you've done nothing wrong. Another white
True enough.
microfilm. Laser's far away though. Yeah. Pox is really rotating. I'm seeing what Dells is on about when he says that Pox might not be that comfortable on veranda because he just over rotated there and let Dells get away with the microfilms for free.
Yeah, we're on pace for another spy win here. Two hardtails already done. All we have to do is finish our seduce and then find probably inspects or fingerprints.
The highlight timing feels like Pox thought that we did a bug there, like walking into the ambassador. Um, I know that we didn't. One, because I'm watching from a casting point of view, but also because Taft's bug is so bad. Dell's doing the exact same play we saw earlier, the green purloin and walk away. He's got some tech today.
Ooh,
We're gonna do the flirt
that
here as the purloin
pretty
goes off.
risky.
We do not stop talk. We do get shot. Pox not
All
willing
right.
to lose to the same trick twice.
All right, all right. That reaffirms my faith in Pox there. That's a really nice shot coming off there. I thought we were going to get caught by that green purloin again, but not this time.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see what the purloin look from his side. It Dells is taking a big risk there. You can end up if you white that purloin, end up crashing or something if you're not careful.
Yeah,
He's very
exactly.
confident in his ability to hit that green test. Um, it's not over yet. Dell's still up 2-1, but Pox wants to just survive Veranda at this point with the spy win. As one of the twins here in 3, 2, 1, playing it. Okay,
This
and
is Plain Twin again? No love
yeah,
for the decorations.
come on, Ambassador. No. So what we saw with the Tabsies versus Cotty set is basically every action that they did was them trying to complete missions. It was them going to conversations with a seduction target, going to statues, and really not doing much otherwise. Pog's kind of just getting pushed into this situation. Um, but and Dells is very much happy to do things that he thinks are not suspicious. Uh, it might be a different mood to this set. We're almost close enough with this bug if we twitch forward, but we're already so far into it, and Ambassador's going to move here shortly.
There he goes, indeed. 34% flirt, our only mission progress so far.
That plan where you're definitely going in for the double agent and they moved. This is the cop out window. Yep, this is a I'm not
Time
happy
ad?
about life time ad, and the I don't want to deal with you right now, Toby.
So,
Not
in our
going to the
previous
juicy
set,
conversation. The conversation had a double agent and a seduction target, and we didn't go into it.
no conversation action, just time ad into statues in the back here.
Fingerprintable.
I wonder, can we catch time ads in this set? Previous set, the answer was
We
no,
did
but we
grab the
didn't do
fingerprint,
them.
right? Okay, we did grab the fingerprint. Okay, good.
We did.
Concern there. This could be a microphone, but I think we're mainly here for the seduction target. Um, we're getting a
Getting a
highlight.
highlight.
Huh. Other than maybe like phantom microfilm, this might just be flirt pairing, but that would be really gross. Um,
All right,
Dells,
Dells
I
is
don't,
all
I
casting us in chat.
it's
It's just a twin highlight.
just a twin highlight. Okay, we have you here for a reason, Dells. It's to a host, but uh,
You can just say it to us.
you can just say it.
Don't spray it,
The
but say
Yeah,
it.
we have no actual mission completion,
No,
but we
no
are the
mission
more
completion.
suspicious of the two twins. Oh no. Okay, this you're risking it here. I
This
think
is
this is close enough, but there was a much easier spot to go to. Yeah,
yeah, we're
um,
confident. He even ignores the test.
risky. We've seen it burn a couple people already. Unless you're really worried about hitting a red test, I don't see why you'd ignore it. Okay.
The circles are
What's our
touching.
completion here? Yeah, now it's obvious because there's no one between us. Uh, let's see. We've already been those statues. Can't do that. Banana bread? Banana bread. There's no reject
Banana
chain.
bread.
If we do banana bread covering purloin, yeah, and then double agent is taken. The purloin's not particularly juicy here right now. We also have a drink in hand. We are
Yeah, we would
gulping.
have to
There is some
get rid of it. Oh,
preparation.
we do. I feel like this is just preparation for statues or books. We're going to finish our inspects. We're going to get our second fingerprint. What's the last mission, though?
This
There's a
is
fingerprint here, actually.
this is difficult.
It's
We're
green
swapping, but
swap.
it's a swap after Alice, but Alice is a SDA. Thankfully we green swap it because otherwise we're just framing ourselves.
I think Pox was betting it all on hitting that difficult fingerprint. Would be in a great position right now if that had been a green test, but it wasn't, and so now things get dicey.
Things that are purloins. Us back here doing the purloin is a purloin. The swap still hasn't gone off. We're doing a white test. Which one's distracting?
White
Which one do you want to
purloin.
shoot us for? The swap or the purloin? I don't know. I'm gonna say the purloin, but Dell's, am I right?
No, the shot was for the swap. You
Ah!
can see it on camera here. You can see sniper angle moving over to look at pearls at the statue, and I don't even notice the purloin.
I hate being wrong.
Uh,
Okay, we're gonna move to gallery. Dell's is winning, despite the fact that I'm wrong. And he's playing cowboy. Some Tex, some Carlos, some Big Hat.
the other ambassador.
The other.
This is 3 games of characters that don't usually get to be the spy.
I like that. Carlos has gotten a secondary ambassador ship. I'm not sure what he's ambassador of. The obvious choice would be Mexico, but he might also be the ambassador of Big Hats. And we'll get this started in 3, 2, 1, playing it. Oh, he's so
Ambassador of the
stylish.
sovereign nation of Texas. Happy 4th of July.
Okay, Dells, you can't hit green purloins every time. He's tried 3 times in a row, though. This is 3 purloin games. And
That's white.
yeah, is it sane? I mean, it's definitely on camera. We're gulping, which you kind of have to do if you're sitting there sipping. It becomes very obvious. The low lights start. There's been 2, and we're highlight. It's a sneaky highlight too. You let Dells come onto the laser. Um, it might be for inspects, but I'm not feeling it.
Might
Like
be. We're seeing actually highlights
we're being swap
outside.
angled already. Like it's gross.
Early purloin at a painting pad. Definitely one of the more frequent cheeses that you see on gallery.
Okay, we are
But if
doing
it's not
Dell's
watched for,
things.
that's not watched for.
Yeah, it's something that's like good to do. Just be aware that it's like something that you can get better at and improve at. Doing like briefcase cancels. It does kind of just smoothen out your gameplay, even if it's not being watched for. That being said, if it's negatively affecting your decision making, like you're trying to go for a briefcase and then go somewhere that doesn't help you, like Dell's is, then maybe you shouldn't have done it in the first place, and maybe you should just go flirt.
Almost looked like you wanted to time ad. Not really sure why, but you didn't. Now we're jammed into the back of the conversation. No flirt. Seduction target runs away. Camera shake from Dells.
The other option here is banana bread. Oh goodness, that bug is quite good, and we're quite dead.
Not good enough.
The lean was really, yeah, okay, there was a bit of arm. It wasn't as good as I thought it was. Um, yeah, the arm's a bit showable, the lean's a bit, but generally this
Oh,
is a bug that you're gonna often end up taking. Uh, We didn't see them in Cody versus Tabsies, and maybe they're not as good as we thought they were because Dells is dead. He's on the ground. I really do think the Perlin was generally caught though, and made it really a lot easier to catch that bug.
Yeah, the bug actually looks pretty gross on the sniper side. With that, the arm snapback of the pink sleeve is actually really visible.
It's
Hopefully,
like you're
Dells has
playing
shown that off,
characters.
but
He's playing characters with not notoriously good bugs, and then getting caught for them. Don't act surprised. Now we have a pretty pretty character in Rocker. And we'll get started in three, two, one, playing it. I once asked people who was the most forgettable character, and people said a bunch of answers, but they didn't say Rocker because they forgot about Rocker.
it's Rocker for sure. This is absolutely my most forgettable character, especially when I was learning the game, and even now at times, you just overlook her. You want to know what Smallman's doing. You want to know what Taft is doing. You want to see behind the big characters. You want to know what the fast characters are doing. Rocker's just kind of there.
Yeah, and the characters who have names, like the ones that are obvious, like Queen, or the ones that you just kind of always are going to be called Twin, those ones are pretty straightforward. Rocker's name, like, yeah, I guess she's a rocker. Um,
And she's yellow.
and she's
Yellow
yellow.
is the color that you don't look at. Yellow is the color of double agents. You see yellow, you look away.
Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. We have 51% flirt. We're gonna run into the ambassador. We are gonna specifically not run into the ambassador. Actually, that was very spy-like and not easy to catch though. I'm kind of surprised. Like Dells would have 100% taken that bounce and try and make something out of it. Pogs just wants nothing of it. This is a cheeky microfilm potentially. I don't see why you'd ever put this back in blue.
Could just run it straight over. A lot of players like to do that. Maybe not at this point in the match, though. We're going to talk for a while. A
There's
couple
also a
of
fingerprint on this
lowlights
book.
coming out.
Yeah, so we took the book out really quickly, and it was a fingerprintable
Banana
book.
bread.
Pretty risky, honestly. Doing a banana bread into microfilm.
Oh, there it
We don't
is.
get a low light. We're at least knowing that we were in the conversation. Are we going to get shot for the microfilm? Not immediately. Um, this is the sort of play that you make against someone who's not a camper. Does this have a fingerprint? This
Indeed,
does,
it
yeah.
does.
Pox has just been very aware of the opportunities the party is giving him and then just taking them. We just need to finish flirt. We will also have inspects in pocket if everything goes incredibly poorly. Pox making the right play there, doing the little juke there to briefcase. That's just accurate. Um, a big green here, and we obviously win the set. Without the big green flirt, it could be a bit of a chase. The front of gallery is a pretty easy place to do it. Don't you dare get redirected somewhere else, Queen. We do not need her 20 seconds walking
No,
with her
she's out in
slow legs.
front. Is it green? It
Easy
is.
game.
Mission win countdown.
If you're not doing a
No way. No
red test
shot.
time ad here to BM, like you played a fantastic game there, Pox, and he's respectful. I would have been beeping there. Because I'm a Rudy. Uh, I even like the play, like going to statues and doing one inspect is just fantastic, especially against Dels, who's not going to highlight you for the inspect. Um, just fantastic and deserving game to bring it back to what would be 3-3.
I believe so, yes. It came down to that banana bread split, covering up for the
Banana bread.
microfilm putback. How do you respond to that, though? You
Small man.
respond. The spy that we haven't seen today yet, the most infamous character in the game, the smallest of men.
I think it's Dells too who says that people are overpicking small man on gallery, and then he goes and does it himself. I love it. Let's do it in three, two, one, playing it. So Smallman, there's two big benefits on Gallery. One is you can just get cover on missions, particularly things like Bug in the back. Uh, Purloin if they don't notice the crouch down, which is a big ask. Microfilm's very good if you run away with the book. You can even do microfilms behind the back conversation if you are a bold boy. The scary thing about Smallman, and the reason I ended up picking him a lot, especially against year end, is the dancing is really cheesable. Taeyen's obviously
Yes.
worse, but Taeyen doesn't have as many avenues or has more avenues to win than most maps on Gallery. It's already quite hard to win, and having dancing in your back pocket's nice.
No Taeyen in the set, though. Just Gallery, where he can be nearly invisible at the back of the back conversation, or at the back of the front conversation, honestly. But other than that, you just gotta watch for him.
Yeah,
We haven't
we've seen.
really done a lot, 51%.
Yeah, we just look like Smallman with the book. We haven't really brought any attention to ourselves. This banana bread is gonna get worse over time if we're not careful. Two people have already left this conversation. Yeah, this is smarter. Can we hit a green? We can. Let's go.
Yay!
If you're
Two
gonna dump a
flicks are
book,
fun.
this is the moment you consider it. Doing it same exact play, banana bread into book dump. Um, the banana bread's not that great. There's not very many people back here in this conversation. It's
No,
really a
and
question:
no,
how patient do you feel? Yeah,
the
not even. Yeah, just nothing to it. Okay, double agent, help us out. Now we just need the rest of the party.
All right, Pwn Noob, you're in Diamond now.
Ugh.
Tell me, is there magnetism for the SDA to be in the other conversation on Gallery?
I don't know. I haven't seen anything, gallery or otherwise, that says that SDAs have a particular place they want to be beyond. They are slightly more likely to be in conversation because they can't. There's a lot of places they can't be. Just the other conversation that has the DA. This is bug to win. This is gonna be a really hard
There's
shot, even if you're suspicious
the
of it.
microfilm and the bug.
We're not dancing. The shot's not being lined
We're
up
not
though.
visible. We don't have to dance. You can't see him.
Yeah, we do both the silent missions. There's no markings, unlike say swap or purloin. Um, and this is probably a game that Pox came out of and went, huh, why is this game ending? And then went, oh, it's small men. Ew. Um, so Dell's find another cheeky win. He's been taking some risks and they've been paying off here on the spy side. Now he just needs to continue winning some games on the sniper side. Pucks as Seek. Got a lot of big boys here to start this set, and we'll get started in 3, 2, 1, playing it. If you
So
don't
we've
take this
seen.
flirt, you are doing something weird. In this case, it's a quite a long walkover for Toby. This is
Is it
not
Purloin
the
again? It is.
this is not the most chaotic Purloin. I believe that happened like 10 seconds after game start, which is not particularly fast. Wheels also takes. There's no chain. It's just down to 2 if you're onto it. Wheels eats the highlight. Are we gonna get a highlight also, or did we get away with murder?
It looks like we've got away with murder. We're seeing a highlight on Rocker for, I think, the thing that we should be suspected of, and a few lowlights out front. But other than that, Dells does not seem to be confident about who could have rejected there.
Okay. This is a really high pressure situation, especially if you do the banana bread here. Bonus points if you get Rocker into conversation. There's no SDA in the other conversation, but you're never gonna know that. Uh, Purloin plus banana bread equals shot against so many snipers. It's really hard not to shoot. In the next 2 minutes.
Hux, I think, has not probably felt the laser on him, probably saw the laser move to some other people. If Pox is keeping very careful track of the laser movement, he might know that he's in a pretty good position here. A little
That
bit of
was
bounce around
unfortunate.
on.
Oh, come on, selection target. Yeah,
Oh,
Puck's got the shakes. So he did a really nice stutter step outside the door. I can't tell you if it's accurate. I just know I liked it. And then he missed the pad. Come on, seduction target. Come here. Salmon, get out of here. Salmon, what are you doing? Okay. She wasn't coming here anyways. It's fine.
all right,
There we
that
go.
works.
Yeah,
Queen test 80%.
Fox has not been paying his DLC funds, but it's fine. We got 80%. We got plenty of time, and most importantly, we have the list in our pocket. Civilians are liable to get shot, and we got away with this scot-free. That's the big thing about this game. Hello,
There
hello,
we
Alice.
go.
Alice, you're
Free
a
to
nice
play can
lady.
still compete.
Alice is John Semino, the artist's girlfriend, as the model for Alice. She is a nice lady and definitely worth uh, if she comes up to you flirting with. Except for you'd be flirting with the. Hey, we're swapping.
Hey, swap.
Um, and the laser's on us, and we're being watched, but we're big. Are we gonna get?
3, 2, shot.
How close was that?
Oh,
How close was
Dells.
that? So we swapped at 106 and the shot comes off at 59. So we had a few seconds there with any latency or whatever. Um, I
You
think if we
see
green swap there,
those?
we were in a really good position though. A good catch there by Dells. Both players playing some really strong gallery. Um,
Wait, I wasn't talking. The shot comes off with just 1 second of being able to see the statue next to Seek's head there.
yeah, you get just a flash of it. Because Seek is
Yes.
a big boy. Um,
Dells, tell us you're bad at this game.
That's not my role right now.
Dells, tell us you're bad at this game.
Let's move on to this first game of Terrace.
Who picked this garbage map?
I picked this map.
Okay, you can shut up now. I'm just gonna berate you while you can't defend yourself. 'Cause that sounds like more small men. Huh.
More small
Questionable,
men.
questionable pick at best, if I do say so.
It was
Um,
random.
yeah, he says that. And we'll get started in three, two, one, playing it. Okay. Are we gonna heat seek? Is it just Queen? Is it just Queen who doesn't understand how conversations work anymore? Because it's always her in the middle of the conversation. I don't get it.
Might be. Queen is weird about it. Taft is weird about it sometimes. I think those are the two that I've seen in strange positions the most.
I don't know. Despite Queen as our seduction target, just going in the middle of the conversation, we still get the 51%. To note, we have swap and inspects as our turned off missions, and it's going to be Dell's here needing four more, or yeah, four more. Pucks needing five more.
Yeah, the standard mission setup for Terrace is you need not only two visits, but two visits to the two different sets of statues to complete inspects. It's pretty rare that AIs will actually finish inspects for you. Not like High Rise or Pub.
Yeah. Which makes fingerprint, particularly where difficult fingerprints are possible, slightly more appealing to most players. We got the flirt off here. Banana bread, probably the next thing that we're going to line up. I suspect that we'll probably move over to the other conversation. You don't want to just move over and then say, the banana bread. It looks really bad. Um, this is a good fake. We're going to lose pearls, and because we're
Banana
white
bread.
testing, we're risking leaves, but nobody leaves. And people like Irish, who are already highlit, are looking particularly suspicious. The only concern I have here for Dells is there was like three people in our conversation talking. It did look like potentially a fake if you're very much watching the talks.
Also, the laser burning small man's head right after that banana bread. Kind of unfortunate. Dells might think that he's a bigger suspect than he probably is right now.
A lot of paths from AIs crossing across conversations. Uh, Ambassador, we're not taking the bug. We are as out in the open as it gets. No matter how stylish your reverse drive-by is, You're basically assuming that the other player's not got their eyes open if you're taking that bug. Starting fingerprints with a minute left on the clock. Is there a second fingerprint readily available? That briefcase is... Huh. Two players went for the briefcase and neither get it. Or players, I should say, AI. We're just gonna do redirects because we're cute.
So the question here is, do we go for a real contact?
I think
What
what
is
we're
the
gonna
game
try and
plan?
do
30
here
seconds.
is we're trying to frame Rocker while also with a purloin while also getting a chance at the difficult print. Yep.
All right,
So
there
this
we
is
go.
this is gonna be difficult. Disney did end up taking. We are gonna end up purloining. There is also the double agent has been said. Don't forget that. We're taking it. Will Rocker die? Will we die? Rocker's gonna die. We don't
Rocker
even need to
dies.
find out if we can hit a difficult. Um, Dell's notably not taking the difficult there immediately, which means it was gonna trigger overtime. Um, I think maybe a cleaner play is you're meant to sip there while you attempt the difficult print and get the print done immediately. But it doesn't matter because Rocker's on the ground with a bullet in her skull.
Beautiful, beautiful play there. Both the mission win and completing the rocker frame. That's so impressive.
It was not necessarily a mission win. We still had to hit the difficult print. But
Well,
I mean, it's
true.
even harder to shoot because it's difficult print. It's not necessarily a bad thing that it's difficult. This is a big Dells win. If Dells wins the sniper here, then he's on match point to go into silver. This is big money game here, and every game is going to be a big money game moving forward. And
Not quite.
it's
Dells
not match
needs
point.
9.
Oh, he needs 9. I can't count.
Yeah, Pox
Who-
actually
why-
the higher seed.
Yep,
Pox
yep, yep,
needs
yep.
8, Dells needs 9.
Still, big news. Uh, every game matters. We're not match point yet though, so let's get started in 3, 2, 1. Playing it.
Yeah, first we have to see if Pox can come up with a game plan as good as that last one.
Yeah,
AI
reminder.
control game
Yep,
plan.
AI control. Reminder. Anytime that I do miscounting, it's still diamond level counting. Um, and diamond level commentary. I've ruined diamond when the other commentators are Warning Track and Kaylee. 34%. And really good banana bread if we want it, because Pearls is somehow already low lit.
Yeah, hashtag abolish diamond. Pearls perhaps low lit just for starting its statues, which a
He has
spy
done
doesn't
two
have much reason
statues.
to do.
Uh, it is the sort of thing I think Dells might do, is just do a bunch of inspects on Terrace for no good reason, with the mission off.
True.
For Pox, I think it's less likely. I think Pox is gonna be more likely to go stand with a double agent for a while and see if it comes to fruition than go stall around its statues.
True, true,
Uh,
true. Yeah.
okay. If you're taking this banana bread, it's two people out of conversation. It's one person. Yeah, you take it.
All right, this is
Banana bread.
juicy. There we
Us
go.
and Irish are the ones who really look spy-like right now because we're the talkers in real. Good catch there. It looks like he's just highlighting everybody, honestly, but particularly he caught us and Irish, and those are the big suspects here for talking during the banana bread.
Yes,
Hey,
indeed.
social
And
target,
leaving
you coming
Pearls
here?
low lit, though.
Okay.
Interesting.
There's the obvious play here. Oh, that's exploratory.
Yikes. That's pretty far away.
Yeah, because the master is so far away, it's actually harder to catch. Thankfully. Um,
Yeah.
but small man, unsurprisingly, does not give much cover for that play.
Well, Smallman doesn't, but the angle does. Since it was her right arm, it's actually pretty much behind Alice herself for the sniper angle there.
I wonder if it's even correct to put Smallman in a game of Terrace. He doesn't provide any cover, and he's not particularly any more suspicious than anybody else. Hmm. Bug?
Eh,
No bug. If it's gonna be a bug here, it would be a wrong arm would be a bit of a wave, and the right arm would be will be caught too. No point in taking it. We are running ourselves out of time, and unfortunately, this our ST is mucking about here with the briefcase. Um, Nobody's died yet for doing anything like fingerprints. I don't see a shot coming off. Ambassador getting absolutely bullied there. Any intent of a
Okay, so
bug?
7 bugged. And now Alice
Ooh,
bugged.
yeah.
And dies.
I think you want to do a wrong arm there, and instead of that arm just poking through, uh, this is not looking good for Pox. We're actually approaching a point where I think Pox, if he brings it back, it would be a comeback.
Yes, indeed. We're at what, 7-3
Dells,
now?
Dells, buddy, old pal. You sure you're randoming?
It's 100% random. I don't change the characters that the game randomly selects at all.
You sure?
I'm 100% sure.
This is 3 Smallman games in a row, buddy.
What a coincidence!
Okay, we'll get this started in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
That reminds me of the programming joke about the RNG function. Return 6. Comment 6 chosen by random die roll.
Exactly. Uh, there. No, you don't get to have that bug.
That's a bug.
This is what you get for picking Smallman. You don't get to have that bug. Um, so Dells won't say it, but I think what this is Dells has been using his caster talk to say
Um,
I always random, and then chose to not random when it all comes down on the line. Because this is 3 Smallman games in a row, and even if you random, you probably would choose to not pick Smallman, because that's not very random. Even if you're randoming. This is unfortunate. Okay, good bouncing there to seduction target. Okay, now we just get highlight. Maybe just for being Smallman. At this point, given Dell's last 2 times, might be appropriate. It might also be for the bounce.
yeah, so the bug was on camera. I think Dells thought it wasn't because the laser moved away, but it moved back in time to see Smallman walk right through the middle of the conversation with his arm stuck out, obviously bugging. So I'm wondering, this is either completely unseen or Pox is onto it and is just sort of toying with his food a little here.
I do like the idea of playing with food. Especially in this set where Pox has been down, it does give you a bit of a breather. If that's what's happening.
Well, if Smallman didn't bug before, he certainly bugged when he was walking arm in arm with the Queen there.
Yeah.
And here's center
Okay.
statues. There we go.
I think he was 99% confident. I don't think Pox is the sort of player to mess around and try and get more intel. But I really do like that. It just conceptually, it's the I'm taking a breather while you're still stressing out for a few minutes. Um, it's good for you in a competitive sense. Middle statue is obviously a bit too much when you've already been suspected for the buggiest path to ever bug path.
Twice over, yeah.
Yeah. We got Queen. We got Library. We got Pucks still down, but not out. In 3, 2, 1, playing it. Drink in hand means any intent to bug is ruined.
Yeah,
And
no
the game's
bug.
decided that blue books are interesting this time of year.
Book color probably noted by now. Not really going to have an opportunity for cheese microfilm, I think. He could
Question for
action
you.
test.
Yeah, question for you.
Yeah.
In the case of an earthquake, is there a map worse than library to be a party goer at?
Oh,
Because there's a lot of books coming off
no.
those shelves in an earthquake.
No, yeah, there's a lot of books. Parts of this balcony might collapse. This would
Ooh, yeah,
not be a map that I would want to be on in an earthquake.
I think old school balcony. You're in a room and there's no doors or windows. You're just on a balcony. Good luck. You cannot escape.
Well, I mean, balcony is already just falling through the featureless gray void. So you take your eternal purgatory and you
Oh,
see what you can do with it.
Chad's got one aquarium. That glass shatters and the giant shark comes and all the water comes
Oh
flooding
no,
through.
yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah. If there's an
we're
earthquake on aquarium, Toby just dies.
that was a
Those
good.
bubbles all fall on his head.
We didn't get the bug, but it was wrong arm, so it's really hard to catch where the angle that library is. We haven't eaten a highlight or anything, and Dels has been quite honest with his laser as far as we can tell. Um, I don't know. This is my new favorite thought experiment. Because Dels isn't. Well, Dels is doing stuff. Pox hasn't done too much.
Ooh,
Banana bread covering purloin would be the play here. It's a white test. They're
yeah,
both white
he
tests.
requested the
Lasers on
drink.
us. We're running away. We're just gonna get shot. Yep.
Ouch. If it had been green, if only it had been green, I'm actually honestly surprised that that wasn't a crash. Usually, if you white purloin and move away in the middle of it, you'll get a crash sound. It's very tight timing to actually take the drink and walk off without that happening, but we got it. It didn't matter though.
Yeah. Dels decided to actually hit the random button this time and found Rocker, and he's on match point. We got what
Indeed
is
so.
4 match points for Dels, both ballroom and balcony. I believe it's the last map if we get there. But let's see if we get there in 3, 2, 1, playing it. One thing I did think about in the earthquake thought experiment is being at these statues on ballroom. These back statues looks miserable.
Oh,
There's a lot of trophies there. That beaver falling on your head would
yeah, the
probably
beaver.
be the end of ya.
The beaver and the fish. Ah, man. And there's a whole balcony up above this as well. If you've never looked at all these beautiful maps by John Cimino, by the way, put on free cam, walk around sometimes. You can actually go outside the windows on library and see the external view of the venue.
Yeah, there's a nice little tree line if you look out the windows here. We got 34%, and the microfilm, most importantly. The problem with
Yeah.
microfilm on ballroom is one is easy, two is really hard. Um, and there's no cover at the moment on the green bookcase. Uh, One thing you can do, you can take the book out, and then your options become a lot more plentiful. But if you're taking the book out, you're making a large time commitment because then you also have to go put it back unless you've already done things like your bug, for example.
So check out how full these two conversation circles are. This is going to be the thing about finishing up this microfilm, I think, is hoping that the party stays concentrated over on the left side here. And then you can go over to that green shelf and do microfilm while the sniper's attention is on the left.
That's the other mindset, right? The situation that just happened, I'm giggling about, is it really looked like the double agent was coming into our conversation, and the reason I'm giggling is because there's an SDA in our conversation. We knew it was never going to happen, but Delves doesn't, and he's just
Yeah.
eyeing him down. It was cute. Um, we do have plays if we gulp this to go swap after pearls. Just go frame. Framing when you already have a microfilm in pocket, a bit of a sunk cost taken. You don't. It's really hard to get away from doing microfilm, even if you are suspicious. Suspect that you were suspicious for the first microfilm. It's really hard not to do the second microfilm. This frames Mom and Disney, and that's about it. I do like this. This is a play that I like to do. Is just the two banana breads back to back. It looks like you're doing something dumb, like a purloin as red dress, for example, would be someone I would have to be suspicious of as a sniper with his second banana bread.
By the way, we also got a difficult fingerprint on this drink. So that's yet another possibility.
Chug chug. We gotta get rid of that drink. This is the moment of truth. Are we microfilming here, or do we want to move to a different location?
We're just
We're
going
just doing
for
it
it.
raw.
It's a white test. It's on camera. That hand was slipping into our pocket. But was the attention there? I don't think
No,
so.
I think that we've avoided a highlight so far. It's been really healthy for us. We're just lining up a bug.
That
Pox,
was
don't let
just a
him win
straight up
this way. Come
spammy
on,
bug
shoot
on
him.
camera.
Come on. The laser's around us, but it's not shooting. This is Dells to silver.
We're not shooting.
Congratulations. Well played, Dells. Well played.
Thank you.
Ellis was not even supposed to be in the tournament of position, by the way. He was only put into it as a last minute replacement for a player who dropped. And just goes on and, beats a silver player, beats a gold player, beats Pox. Now you're in silver.
Yeah, and
Congratulations.
didn't even have the best name in Oak because Infamous Cupcake, who dropped out, was everybody's favorite because we didn't know anything about Oak. Now we do. Now we know things like Legorv is very good at Spy Party, Dells is very good at Spy Party, and you can go prove it in silver. And by the way, Dells, have you been keeping an eye on the live